Hey, good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. Uh, on this video, I will be driving through the city of Talladega,
Continue straight.
Talladega, Alabama. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's one of those type of names I cannot pronounce properly, and I went to Wikipedia to look at how to pronounce it, and it doesn't really help me out much because it just doesn't. So I'm gonna assume it's. I mean, obviously the spelling is gonna be on the title of the video. So, despite how much I mispronounce the name of this city, just read the title and you'll know where I'm at. But yeah, I think it's pronounced Tila Ega Telagen no Tela Ega Alabama. I can't pronounce. I'm sorry. Anyways, this city is located towards the northeast section of Alabama. It is 50 minutes east of Birmingham and an hour and 50 minutes west of Atlanta, Georgia. And this city was incorporated in 1885. Now the population here is 15,782 people, and the population has been declining by 1.5% as of the 2020 census. Now, let's see here. Let's look at now as far as it goes for the crime in the city. Your violent crime is 80% above the national average. Your property crime is over double the national average. So clearly this little city does have its fair share of issues. Let me pull up some racial demographics for you folks here. Just give me a second. Alright, the racial demographics here is 45.8% white, 48.1% black, 1.1% Asian, 4% Hispanic. Those are the major racial demographics in this city. Now, if you're wanting to live here, housing prices here are fairly affordable. I mean, if you're looking to purchase, you can purchase something fairly decent for $100,000. If you're looking only to rent, your median rent prices are $500 to $1,090. And of course, the strongest thing that I would say that's going for this city is the fact that it's within an hour of Birmingham for the purpose of having access to larger city amenities, such as more and better employment opportunities, such as entertainment. Now, as far as things to do in this small city, I mean, there's not really a lot to do. But again, if you want more excitement, you're less than 2 hours away from Atlanta, so you can drive to Atlanta. If you don't want to drive that far, you're less than an hour from Birmingham. I mean, now, of course, you got the Talladega Hall of Heroes, which is basically a museum dedicated to the dedicated to the veterans that have passed away in this county. And the admission is free. You also have the Rich Theater, so you can go there and catch a movie, or two, or three, or whatever the hell. And I'm gonna give you guys some more information about this city that might or may not be of interest. But this city is the home of Alabama Institute for the Deaf and the Blind. So for those of you that got children that are deaf or blind, I mean, you might want to consider, well, I wouldn't suggest that you move here just for that reason, to be completely frank. But for whatever it's worth, you do got the Deaf and Blind Institution here. You also have the Talladega Super Speedway. Oh, and by the way, on this video, someone please drop a comment below and help me out in terms of how to properly pronounce the name of this city. So someone please drop a comment below, because like I said, I looked it up on Wikipedia and the way they had it did not help me out one bit. So anyways, this city also has the International Motorsport Hall of Fame, and they do have a college here. And this is also the home of Alabama's oldest bank. The bank is, right now the bank is called the First Bank of Alabama. It used to be called the National Bank of Talladega, but now it's the First Bank of Alabama. That's what it is now. So, see if I have anything here. I'm gonna go to my little phone and look some stuff up for you guys. See if I have anything that I left out. Oh yeah, the median price here is at $134,000. As I said earlier, housing prices here are relatively affordable. And this is one of those type of cities that, you know, I mean, you get what you pay for, I guess, to put it nicely. Honestly, I think the housing prices in the city ought to be lower. Alright folks, I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents about this city. If you guys haven't already guessed what I think about this city, I don't really have any high thoughts about this city at this point. I mean, I think the city is, I mean, granted, you do got parts of the city that are decent, but I would say for the most part, this city is relatively ran down. You got a lot of vacant buildings. You got a whole shopping plaza that's, the whole entire plaza is vacant. You got a lot of roads here that need work. Well, you know what? I take that back. The roads here, I don't know, it's hit and miss here. Some of the roads here are decent, some need work. But anyways, personally, I just think this city is going the wrong direction. Now let's put it like that. Now, is this city the worst city to live in? No, it isn't. Is it the best? No, it isn't. Now, me personally, if I was looking to live in this region of Alabama, I'd rather pay a little extra money on my housing and move to a city like Oxford. I just put that video out a few minutes ago, so feel free to go check that out. Now, I will say that this city is better than Anniston. But honestly, if I wanted to live in this region of Alabama, I'd rather pay the extra money and live in Oxford. I mean, I think this city needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of, it needs a lot of TLC. Most likely Most likely the leadership in this city is lousy. So I was just by looking at the city, I was saying it needs better leadership. I mean, and I do think that this city is a little bit ran down. I mean, it's a little too ran down for my taste. I'm gonna be honest. And the crime here is almost double the national average, which is not a good thing, especially for a city this small. The property crime is way higher than it ought to be as well. I mean, I lived in places in Indiana and in Ohio that were way bigger than this place, and both the violent crimes and the property crimes were far below what it is here. But but for those of you guys that have been watching my channel and you've watched a fair amount of my videos, by now you guys already realized that here in the state of Alabama, this is going to be the typical of what you'll find in Alabama. I mean, I don't mean to down talk Alabama. I'm just keeping it real with you folks. This is going to be typical Alabama right here. You're going to have small cities that are going to have crime numbers that are going to be comparable to major metro areas in other states. This is why I tell you guys, before you move to a state like Alabama or Mississippi or Georgia or Louisiana, you need to take the time to look at the data. And then once you look at the data, if you still want to go to that area, you need to take the time to actually hop in your vehicle and come here and come to these places in person. Because, I'm pretty sure at some point there's been, because I mean, I can almost picture someone that might come from the Northeast or might even come from the West Coast. You're looking for a place that offers low price housing, much lower property taxes. You're looking for a place that might have a political stance that you might be more in agreement with. So you might come you might go on realtor.com or whatever. You find a house that's relatively cheap. You're assuming, okay, this is a good deal. You call your realtor. You have your realtor do a virtual tour of the house. Or two, some of you are so lazy you don't even do that much. You might just go on the website, look at all the pictures, and you're thinking, okay, the pictures look nice, house look nice. And let me tell you guys a little secret. Sometimes you can Google an address and that property will pop up, and sometimes on Google you'll see the area for what it truly is. And I say sometimes, but even when you Google this type of stuff, you can't always rely on Google. I mean, I'm a component of come out here to these places in person, drive around like what I'm doing, and check it out for yourself. Because there could be a house here that might be sitting on, let's say, an acre. So you might be assuming, okay, this house is sitting on some land, so most likely this house is going to be somewhere out in the country in a nice, quiet, low-key area. So, you're thinking, okay, you don't want anybody buying the house from underneath you. You might have your little realtor that will be less than honest about the area. They'll be less than honest about the house. And they'll tell you, okay, well, why don't you go ahead and put in a full price offer. So you go ahead and you put in your full price offer. which, by the way, could be way more than what the property will ever be worth, because it could be in a crappy area like this one. So you go ahead, you put in your full price offer, you buy the house, now you're excited, you're packing up all your stuff, you're getting your family ready, you're going to move to this city in Alabama, or a city identical to this one. And then of course when you get here and you see the house for the first time in person, you got all kind of emotions running through your mind. You're pissed off because you feel as if you've been deceived. Your realtor let you down. Your realtor lied to you. They didn't tell you the truth. The pictures that you saw were not really what it truly is. You saw the house, it sat on an acre, and the way that realtor may have took the picture may have been in a manner to where you assumed that the property was out all by itself out in a nice country town. And then you come to find out that the house really does come with an acre of land. But around your yard, around your property is the hood. Like right down the street from your property might be a neighborhood like this one, and you're gonna be somewhere off in the hood. So naturally, you're gonna come out here in person. You're gonna be all pissed off. You're gonna probably be in tears, because it's like, not only do you feel deceived, but some of you fellas might feel it as if you let your family down. Because what do you do now? You uprooted your family. You had everyone pack up all their crap to relocate to a area that was supposed to be better than the area that you are currently located in. So you let your family down. You feel as if you let your family down. You feel as your family. So what do? Do you move your family to an area like this and risk the safety of your family and make the best of it and pray to whoever you pray to that the best is going to come about that situation? Or do you just keep it 100 with your wife, and you tell your wife and maybe your children, if they're old enough to understand, that no, we're not moving out here. I made a bad decision. I should have done more research. The house I bought was in the ghetto, and we're not going out there. It's too dangerous. So what do? Do you just keep it real with your family, which is what I would advise you to do if you get caught up in a situation like that? Just keep it real. Just keep it real with your family, and at least for the time being, just stay where you're currently at, and hope that you can sell that property. So to help avoid getting caught up in a situation like that, this is why I'll always tell you folks, if you're gonna purchase a property long distance, especially in an area that you are not familiar with, always take the time, spend the money, and drive to these places and step foot on the soil and look at the house in person. I don't care what technology that's out here. There is nothing that's going to be more efficient than just coming to the area in person and looking at these properties. But honestly, for me, would I live in this city? No, I wouldn't. I'm gonna just be real. And again, as I said earlier, this is not the worst city out here. It's definitely not the worst city in Alabama. But I personally would not want to live out here. It's too ran down. It's too rough around the edges. This is one of those type of cities where, honestly, if I didn't have to be here at night, I wouldn't be here. Like I said, I'd rather pay a little extra money and live in a city like Oxford if I were to want to live in this region of Alabama. Alright folks, that's my 2 cents. I'm going to let you guys watch the remainder of this video. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video. And for those of you that live here and you like it here, I did not mean to be disrespectful, but, and I guess if you, I mean, it is what it is. I feel how I feel. I don't know what else to say. So, as always, I thank every last one of you for tuning in to another one of my videos. And, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing that. And help me out. Give me some thumbs up to help with the YouTube algorithm. And y'all have a blessed one, and I'll see you on the next one.